Good evening and welcome everyone to the first broadcast of Truth Human Lives Matter. You may hear me falter a little bit when I'm talking to you because this is the first time I've done this kind of recording and I have no practice. I'm giving it a try. So, anyway, for years I've been stressing the fact that we are in a system run by corruption and favoritism and crony capitalism. And in saying this, I'm not downing capitalism by any means. It is the foundation of our great country, and it was what it was built on, and the American dream was built on capitalism. However, when you have politicians taking lobbyist money to sway the laws that they put into action, this is an issue. And for some reason or another, it doesn't seem to be an issue to a lot of people, or an issue that they even know about. Perhaps they have not had it put to their attention in the first place. But we have gone from a republic democracy to, there's no name befitting what we have now, except chaos. In 2007, I started to wake up to the system's corruption. Now, before this, I wasn't happy with our government. I didn't like the way things were run. I thought that we were just going a little overboard with a lot of the laws, and I voted. I was a voter from the time I was 18. I was excited about voting when I turned 18, and I have voted. But I didn't pay enough attention at that time when I was younger. And in 2007, probably in 2005 or 6, I started to notice things going on that I didn't care for. And in 2007, I became involved with the campaign for Ron Paul, and I went out and talked to people and put out signs and flyers and got everybody's attention that I could. And I started campaigning for Ron Paul, and I found out just how broken the system really was. And it's just gotten worse. I mean, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that it is probably half, again, as worse as it was when it started. I have promoted truth and disclosure and transparency to everyone I can reach for 10 years now, at least. Starting with MySpace and Facebook groups and pages like Sheeple Dogs that I run, and GMO Free Food, and more recently a group that I started called Truth Human Lives Matter. Yes, a play on words to be sure, but the topics are serious as you can get. Anyway, a few nights ago, a candidate who seems to be awake, the only candidate since Ron Paul I have seen who is informed of the truth and gravity of the situation and the corruption in the system, was named Republican nominee for president in 2016, Donald Trump. Now, a lot of people, when I say the word Donald Trump, they go, oh, horrible, he's horrible, he's horrible. There's been a ton of propaganda and misuse and manipulation and lies pertaining to his character and his intentions and his past and his current statements. And, he's the words that have been said about him, or the words that have been said about his statements, are taken completely out of context. This politically correct agenda has twisted them once again. I've had children tell me that he's Hitler, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. My mother is Jewish, and technically in the Jewish community, that makes me Jewish. And both she and I like him. We like his ideals at least. And so, for a Jewish person to observe something and like a candidate that other people are calling Hitler is pretty ironic. I've had everybody from adults to children say these things to me. Anyone who actually takes the time to look at what he's really saying, or pay attention and actually watch what he said and not what's been clipped out that he said, but watch the whole entire speech around it in context, either soon changes their mind or is living in a state of cognitive dissonance that is unbreakable and has no intention of letting go of the propaganda that has been fed to them via the mainstream media or uninformed people at large. I'm listening, I listened to the RNC acceptance speech of Donald Trump and a lot of the people who came before him who endorsed him, including his daughter, some business associates, other political figures, etc. And then I listened to the reprehensible lies of Hillary Clinton as she picked apart, and mind you, cherry-picked and twisted his words once again in a Florida speaking engagement the next day. This woman is diabolical, a liar extraordinaire, and I have no doubt that probably 20% of the words that come out of her mouth are truth. The rest of it is complete garbage. Her speech was, for one thing, totally about bashing her opponent and belittling him at any cost. She tore his words down and rearranged them to her desires. She accused him of inciting violence, yet it is her brainwashed masses, the followers, who go out of their way to attend RNC events in protest and harass and abuse and many times even physically and aggressively violently with people, just attacking Trump supporters who are there for their candidate. It only takes a little bit of your time to go to, say, YouTube and see time and time again the people that follow this liberal rhetoric have become chaotic and violent. And it's not Donald Trump that's making them that way. It is their own system that they have created, their own system that they follow, that is making them. If they took the time to listen to what Donald Trump actually said and did any research on any of the things that he said, other than what they've been hearing clipped out and or talked about, 9 times out of 10, they don't even have the quotes correct. They might actually wake up to some things. You never hear her tell the blind followers to stop the violence or refrain from attacking her opponent's voters or the police or anyone else. Her words are all rhetoric and fluff and slanderous lies, and she's beyond corruption. I mean, she is above the law, as we have seen witnessed recently here. When she somehow escaped prosecution for imprisonment for endangering the U.S.'s intelligent information she stored on her emails and her personal server, she also perjured herself under oath and outright lied to the world and the investigation committee of the FBI. FBI Director Comey, when interviewed by Trey Gowdy of South Carolina about her lies, was forced to tell the truth, and he did. And there were over 100 emails that were deemed classified on her server out of the ones she didn't delete. And she deleted 30,000 or more of them. So if she were any other person, she would be in deep doo-doo, okay? Followed by imprisonment and would never, ever, ever be able to get any kind of security clearance again, making her completely disqualified to run and hold office as commander-in-chief. But no, her husband, former President Bill Clinton, met with Loretta Lynch on the tarmac in a plane, casually, and smoothed things over for her, probably thinking that the information would never come to light, or if it did, he would be trusted to have an excuse for it, for his impropriety. We, the people of the country, and the voters, and the non-voters for that matter, have to take a look at what is really happening. We have to examine the details and evaluate the angles. This is a diabolical plan of hers to win the presidency. Her words, everything she says, listen to them carefully and then go and actually track down the differences between what she says and what was actually stated by her opponent. There's no time like now to speak your mind and spread the word. There's no time like now to do something about our future. And there's no time like now to tell the truth and bring back order to this country of chaos. Our government's agendas have created this. Lobbyists, super PACs, payola, favoritism. It's been going on for a very long time. This is not something that is new. This is something that has been happening for the last century. But with the internet and the ability of people to talk to one another, it has been found out, and we need to take care of it. This is our country. It is we the people, not them, the government, and us the peons. The liberals have fallen for this agenda. They've been blinded by the let's hold hands, be united, everybody's equal domination agenda behind a mask of equality. There's nothing wrong with equality, but you have to earn respect. You have to earn your place in society. You have to work hard. You have to strive for greatness. You have to do the responsible thing. You don't just get everything handed to you on a platter. The United States has been called the land of opportunity. But if you do not grab that opportunity, if you do not open that door when opportunity knocks and say, hey, come on in, you can't expect to be handed anything. You have to take hold of it. You have to go out there and do something. It is their camp, the camp of Hillary Clinton, that has divided us. It is their camp that has pitted American against American, that has used lies and slander and contempt to make all of us subject to hell that we've never seen in this country. We've had more violent attacks against our police, against our people. There's crime rampantly everywhere, And it's not guns that is doing it. It is policy that's doing it. It is not taking care of business when business arises. It is not opening the door for opportunities knock. If you know the truth and you do your homework and you speak the truth, do not fear the ridicule and preposterous political correct agenda. Okay? Just look at them and laugh in their faces. I don't fear being called names, but that's all they know how to do. I do not fear the looks and the dislike when you break the brainwashed facade. These people have to be woken up. These people have been fed preposterous, slanderous propaganda, brainwashing agendas, and they don't know it. And I feel bad for them. I don't hate them for it. I just feel bad. They think they're doing the right thing. And in a lot of ways, the things that they support are the right thing. However, those facades, those social issues that are better for everyone, don't need to be tied to agendas that are destructive to everything. So when they attack, do not fear them. Do not look. Don't worry about the looks. Don't worry about the name calling. Don't worry about any kind of garbage that they give you. Do not physically fight back unless you're in danger of being killed or maimed, of course. But don't fight back. Don't strike first. Let them come at you and berate you with garbage and then feed them truth with data. Carry it with you. Put it on your phone. Put it in a file and print it out and carry it in your purse, your wallet, your pocket. Show the data. Show the information. Use your words. Tell the truth. Show facts and figures and data. Teach people to look at information rather than propaganda. To look at information and truth and share it with each other on social media. Read the articles before you post them. Don't just post them because the title is fantastical and you think that it might be about what you're interested in or what you want to promote. Make sure you read the article. Teach people to look at information that they share on social media before they share it. It's time to do your homework. It's time to take responsibility. It's time to stand up and speak truth, to teach others to do the same. It's time. We can't wait any longer.